Hey everyone, it's Greg. It's another episode of Unbreakable the podcast. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. Oh, it's January 24th. I'm glad you know Wednesday. I can't stand it. Driving me crazy. I can't wait. February's coming up. We got Super Bowl spring training stuff. We've got Valentine's Day, President's Day. They got all kinds of cool stuff coming up. Lot to talk about today. Let me tell you, I'm wearing my Phillies gear in honor of Rhys Hoskins. We're going to talk about Rhys Hoskins. He's on the Milwaukee Brewers. He signed with the Milwaukee Brewers last night. And I'm all upset about it, but we're going to talk about it, okay? Today, big day. Not only is it Hump Day, National Peanut Butter Day. Yes, you heard it right. Peanut butter day. I love peanut butter. Anything peanut butter, I love. Love, love, love. You know, it's that time of year when the Girl Scouts are selling cookies. And that was always my favorite cookie. Peanut butter. The peanut butter sandwiches. Oh, it was just great. I guess they still have them, right? That is just the time of year to buy some Girl Scout cookies. And anything peanut butter. You know, peanut butter on white bread used to have it. Then it would stick to the roof of your mouth and peanut butter and jelly. But you know what? I would never put the peanut butter in with the jelly. I hate that. Peanut butter, one side, piece of bread. Jelly, another piece of bread. You don't mix them together. I hate things that touch each other, like it's food, you know? Like you got your gravy that on the same plate as the mashed potatoes, and the gravy slides down and it's into the mashed potato. I don't like that. Even pie a la mode. You got your vanilla ice cream on top of your cherry pie, right? And then it melts into it. Oh no, I don't like that. It's all wet and gooey and sloppy stuff. No, keep the peanut butter separate. That's what I say. But I love the peanut butter. Peter Pan, Jiffy, Skippy, right? Jif peanut butter. I tell you what, there's nothing like a great jar of peanut butter that you just open up. And first of all, take a whiff of the smell. All right, you got that peanutty smell to it there. And it's so smooth, right? It's like an ice skating rink until you dip your knife in there and you get a blob of peanut butter and you bring it out. Now, some people just eat peanut butter right there from the jar, right? And other people spread it on the crackers. Peanut butter on saltine crackers, right? Ah, make a couple of those for yourself. That's a nice little stat. Some people, I've seen people put peanut butter on their celery stalks, you know, and eat those. I guess that's okay. You're getting the peanut butter, right? Protein in there, and you're getting the good stuff from the celery, the crunchiness. And I've tried that once. I didn't like it too much. Anyway, National Peanut Butter Day. Enjoy your peanut butter today. You know what else it is today? National Compliment Day. Compliment someone. You should be complimenting the loved ones in your life, your friends in your life every day. There shouldn't have to be a special day for that, but there is. And today is National Compliment Day. I've already complimented others. I like. Have you? Let me give you a compliment out there, okay? I mean, look, I see you. You're a good looking person out there. And there you go. Got a kind heart and a good soul. There you go. See? It's not hard to do. You know, it was like the old romper, remember romper room? I remember watching that as a kid. And the teacher would come on and she'd hold the magic beer. It was this round thing with nothing in it, no mirror. It was empty. And she would look through it and she would see the kids and she would say, I see little Johnny out there. he's not eating his mashed potatoes. Well, Johnny, you better eat the mashed potatoes. I see little Jerry out there. Jerry has been a good boy. He cleans up his plate every day. And I see little Greg out there. Little Greg, stop spitting up your peas, eat your peas. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of. So, give the people you love, even people you see out on the street, they're going to think you're crazy. Let's say you're a good-looking person. Pay the compliments out there. Pay it forward. Anyway, all right. Let's get to real business here. We're talking about Rhys Hoskins. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, Rhys Hoskins, former Phillies first baseman, they tried to play him in the outfield. That was just a disaster. The man could not play the outfield. To save his life. He was born to play first base, which, really came back to bite Rhys Hoskins because, as it turned out, if Rhys Hoskins could have played another position, he might have still been with the Phillies. With the Phillies for many years, 8 years or something, was a part of the Bash Brothers in the Reading, the minor leagues of the Phillies, along with Dylan Cousins. Remember Dylan Cousins? Those two just tore up the Eastern League, and they played for the Reading Phillies. Well, Dylan Cousins never really made it with the Phillies or with them in Major League Baseball, but Rhys Hoskins sure did. I saw Rhys Hoskins' first game at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies were playing their prospects. It was a March preseason game. The Phillies had come back from spring training. And they put on this thing where they were playing their prospects. Yeah, they don't do this anymore, but this is very unique. And so they had the top prospects from all levels of their minor leagues were there playing the major league team. And I remember this for several reasons. Number one, the Phillies had some of their players and prospects signing autographs in the concourse. And I got Aaron Nola's autograph that day. Aaron Nola was sitting at a table with Jeremy Hendrickson. Do you remember Jeremy Hendrickson? He pitched for the Phillies for a brief time, right-handed pitcher, and then he was traded to Arizona, and he pitched for them for them. Well, it was Aaron Nola's first year, his rookie year, and I was sitting right across from Aaron Nola. He got his autograph, and I said, Aaron, have a good rookie year. Because Aaron Nola was a high-talented guy that the Phillies drafted #1 from LSU. And they finally brought him up, and this was his rookie season. And he was a very nice guy. And so was Hellickson, whatever the hell his name is. He was nice. And then out in the Ashburn Alley, who do I see out there standing near the Richie Ashburn statue? A Cameron Rupp, who was one of the old catchers. And Darren Ruff, he still plays. What is he with San Francisco now or something? Anyway, those two guys were hanging around for a while out near the Nashville Valley. So I went and I had a picture taken with both of them, and they were nice guys. Big guys too, big dudes. Oh God, they could pick up my wheelchair and carry it around the ballpark. So anyway, that was memorable. And then the game was cool because Rhys Hoskins, get this, Rhys Hoskins was still a Philly prospect, still played for Reading, and he hit an opposite field home run against one of the Phillies' regular pitchers. I even forget who it was. Hoskins hit a Titanic home run to the opposite field over the right field scoreboard. And I knew then, I said to my nephew, I said, keep an eye on this guy. He looks like he's a ball player. And the rest was history. Rhys Hoskins came up, tore up the league. Remember that? Broke a lot of records the first few weeks of the season. And I've met Rhys Hoskins at least 3 times, both at Phillies photo nights and one Christmas. Ollie and I went down for the tree lighting, and who wasn't there? Rhys Hoskins. He was the guest, and he was meeting some of the fans, and couldn't get any autographs. Well, no, God forbid. But and he went in and said hi, took a picture, and we got the hell out of there. But Rhys Hoskins was the nicest, most down-to-earth guy. Whenever we would do the photo night, he wouldn't just walk right by and say hi and not stop. He would stop, and he would bend down. He would get down on my level and say, "How you doing?" And I would say, "How you doing?" And that's how it was. "How you doing? How you doing?" But he was a nice, really nice guy. Really, I'm talking about him like he's dead, and he's not far from dead. But he was a great guy. Now, here's the thing. I think it's a mistake that the Phillies did not keep him. And a lot of people, you're going to hear a lot of people today on sports radio. You're going to read about it in the newspaper. Are going to say, yeah, let him go. He didn't have a position to play. Why pay the guy $17 million a year? That's what he's ended up getting with the Milwaukee Brewers. Why pay him that money to have him sit on the bench? Here's what I have to say about that. First of all, it's not your money. It's not my money. It's the Phillies' money. So who cares, right? I think Rhys Hoskins deserves that money. Not only for this year, but for all the years in the past. Don't forget, Rhys Hoskins lit the fire with Phillies in the playoffs the year they went to the World Series and almost beat Houston. Don't forget that. With that bat slam when he hit that home run off of the Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget that playoff series. Rhys Hoskins, he was very streaky with the Phillies, I admit. But he was a solid player, a solid bat. Yeah, okay. He was sort of a butcher at first base. I agree. But he was a good hitter. Not only for power, he got you a lot of doubles. And when he was on the street, man, he could carry your team for a couple of weeks. Yeah, when he had a bad streak, yeah, he struck out a lot. He was very streaky. I think, first of all, it's not money. Whatever the Phillies would have agreed to pay him, that's fine. As it turned out, Milwaukee gave him a 2-year contract with a 1-year opt-out. So after this year, if Rhys Hoskins has a good year and wants to go out on the market again, he could. I think the Phillies should have gave him a similar deal. Where is he going to play? I'm glad you asked me. Granted, Rhys Hoskins cannot play any other position than first base. We know that. Bryce Harper has taken over first base, and he is a better defensive first baseman. I'll give you. But what happens if Bryce Harper gets hurt? Who would you rather see go back in first base there? Rhys Hoskins or some guy from minor leagues, some guy like Dave DeBrusque who's picked up off the waiver wire who's hitting 162. I would rather see Rhys Hoskins. Not only is Rhys Hoskins a great bat, but he's going to give you that emotional. He's a leader in the clubhouse. He's a heart and soul of the Phillies. And when he's not playing first base, he DHs. Now I'm going to say Kyle Schwarber is at DH. We don't want him in left field because he sucks out there. Defensively, he sucks. Okay, I agree with you there. But There's such a thing as platooning. Every position has another player waiting in the back, right? Some players platoon. Why not have Rhys Hoskins hit against DH against left-handed pitchers? Kyle Schwarber DH against right-handed pitchers, right? But he's not DHing. Why can't Rhys Hoskins be on the bench? He gives you a bat off the bench, power off the bench. What if you need a home run and bottom of the ninth? There are 2 outs, bases are loaded. You're facing a great relief pitcher. Let's say, I don't know, the guy from the Dodgers, whoever that guy is. And you need a home or a double. And all you have on the bench is someone you can, like Juan Castro. I don't even know if that's a real player. Okay. The name just came to me. Juan Castro. Because Juan Castro, that kind of a player hits usually about 205. Give it. Wouldn't you rather have a Rhys Hoskins coming up? First of all, you have a better chance for a grand slam home run. You have a better chance for a double. And he's going to give you a lot of excitement. That's the thing. That's why I think Dave Dombrowski, as much as I admire him, as much as he's done a good job, here's where I think Dave Dombrowski is wrong. Rhys Hoskins is a fan favorite. Now, okay, you're not going to pay him $17 million, be a fan favorite. I'd rather see Rhys Hoskins come up to bat as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the ninth rather than Juan Navarez or whatever his name is. And he has a lot of excitement in the ballpark. There's always the possibility that Hoskins is going to hit a home run. And he's the heart and soul of the Phillies. Come on. Right? Instead, you let the guy go, and he starts with Milwaukee. What the hell? Now, I wish Rhys Hoskins a lot of luck out in Milwaukee. I hope he had a great year, and I hope he shows Dave Dombrowski, Mr. Dombrowski, you made a big mistake. Because I'm out here in Milwaukee, I'm hitting 36 home runs this year, and I'm driving in 100 runs. And screw you, Dave Dombrowski, right? So there you go. And as I said, every ball player is down for a little bit during the year. You have really no ball player that doesn't go down for a little time. And I'm saying, certainly, we hope Bryce Harper is healthy all year long, because I think Bryce Harper is going to have an MVP year. You heard it here first. Not Shohei Ohtani, not Ronald Acuna Jr. I think Bryce Harper is going to be National League Most Valuable Player this year. His third National League Most Valuable Player award. I think Bryce Harper is going to be MVP. So I hope he stays healthy. But just in case something happens to Bryce Harper, God forbid, you've got Rhys Hoskins to go in there and play first base. The last thing I want to mention about Rhys Hoskins, the Phillies better have a player. That's all I got to say. I love the Phillies more than any other Philadelphia team. But I have more Phillies gear than anything in the closet area. More Phillies hats. I just got an extra Phillies game yesterday to go to this coming season. Phillies Dodgers, July 11th. 80s retro night. Can't wait to go. I hope Ohtani pitches that game. Anyway, here's what I have to say. Phillies, you better have somebody who is going to be able to bat behind Bryce Harper. Because here's what I'm thinking. Teams are going to figure out the Phillies lineup. Look at the Arizona Diamondbacks. In the playoff series, they tried to pitch around Bryce Harper. He hardly had a strike to swing at. Maybe one strike per at bat. The rest of the pitches were either high or low in the dirt. Bryce Harper got frustrated, started swinging at bad pitches. That's what teams are going to do. They're going to pitch around Bryce Harper because they know that whoever is batting behind Bryce Harper isn't going to do the damage like Bryce Harper would. The Phillies tried Alec Bohm. They tried JT Realmuto. They tried the Castellanos. Nothing works. All these other guys, they have their places in the lineup. No one can hit behind Bryce Harper. You would think they would because you're going to get more fastballs. The problem is, the Phillies just don't have that bat. And they haven't improved themselves during the off season to get that bat. They're going into this season thinking, well, we'll just run it back. We made the National League Championship Series. We'll just run it back. Really? The Dodgers improved. The Braves are the Braves. Cincinnati is an upcoming team. You saw what Arizona could do. Don't pan out the Mets. As much as I hate to say, Lord Martins. In Milwaukee and St. Louis. So, Phillies, you did not win anything. You didn't even win the freaking NL East. You didn't even win your division. So don't be all cocky thinking, we don't have to do anything to get back to the National Championship Series. No. So that's what I'm saying. Rhys Hoskins would have been a positive influence. Hey, if you were going to go into last season with Rhys Hoskins at first base for another championship run, and unfortunately, he tore up his knee in spring training, and the plans blew up. If you were going to go to war with Rhys Hoskins last spring, why wouldn't you go to war with Rhys Hoskins this spring? I get it. He had a torn up knee, but he's okay there. Right? And I get it. Little Bryce Harper, the baby wants to play first base. Bryce Harper gets his way. And I love Bryce Harper. Don't get me wrong. Damn it. Bryce Harper, as long as he's able to throw the ball, he could have played in the field. At least Hoskins couldn't play first base. I'll give it that. But you know what? That's water over the dam. You're not going to think about that or talk about it because it's over. I just hope the Phillies did the right thing. I don't think they did, but let's hope they did. Good luck, Rhys Hoskins, if you're out there watching this. Hopefully someday you'll come back. Yeah? As far as I'm concerned, you're wrong as well with that. All right, a couple quick things. The Oscar nominations were yesterday. I didn't see any. I did. So I'm not picking any Oscars this year. All I know is the most popular movies of last summer, Oppenheimer and Barbie. Remember that last summer? It was Oppenheimer versus Barbie. Some people were making it a double header and watching both in the same day, back to back. The lighthearted Barbie and the serious Oppenheimer. Well, those two films are up for the Academy Award for Best Film of the Year. So we'll see what happens there. And nominations, nothing struck my fancy. I just saw the old actors like Jack Nicholson, Dustin Hoffman, and all those guys, all these new punks now. Anyway, so the not Oscar nominations were, what else is going? I can't be damn in there. Oh, I know it. I wanted to talk about this real quick before we end on a lighter note, so to speak. Send you on your way with a lighter. But this I have to get off my chest. Not to pee. Did you see this? This was a football story. Philadelphia. This lady, she's like 27 years old, 28 years old. And they arrested her yesterday for going online on social media and torturing bodies. What the? It was our little country. Apparently, this lady wasn't getting enough likes, and so she thought her idea fun was taking right in and killing. What's wrong with people, right? That is, that is one influence. It really takes a lot to get me to get to them. That is one influence I've done. Fortunately, for helping she should be thrown in jail. And I think 5 felonies against her, which is good. She should. And what about these people who are encouraging her to do that social thing? These people who are liking. In fact, that was her game. Depending on how many likes she got, that's how she proceeded to abuse this thing. It's not awful. Yeah. Yeah, I have a heart for this because I rescued Bud, who's not here with me. Bud would be abused and he was down at shelter at an Alabama and adopted. So I just hate to hear that, but something's wrong with people. Not any her for go read a book, go watch TV, do something else. Don't go on social media and do crap like that just because you want to be popular. And the people watching her are encouraging her. Shame on you, right? Shame on you for encouraging her to feel. Go get a life, watch it, and kill it. You know what the hell? Anyway, I had to mention that because it was just hard to believe, but then again, it wasn't. No. Anyway, all right, the last thing I want to talk about. Last week we talked about the Beverly Hills, and that was a lot of fun. We never did the show again. That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. It was really, really fun. And I looked at I've seen ratings. This isn't ratings, this is music. I looked at the after stuff of people who watched that particular episode of Unbreakable, and I had the most people who ever watched episode. I don't know if it's probably never know whether or not. Lord only knows. But I thought, you know what, that's not a bad idea. Let's do once a week. Maybe on Wednesdays, but usually Wednesdays we very much talk about the week. Let's do every Wednesday. If we see a little part of the show where we talk about the whole show. Or don't TV show like that. Why not? What else could we do? Maybe we'll bring back some memories for you. So, and for people who weren't alive back then, maybe it'll encourage them to look up these shows, the Google these shows on YouTube. I love YouTube. And go on YouTube and look up some shows. They're really fun. Show I picked for to Green Acres. Green Acres. Remember Green Acres? CBS, another CBS show. It was one of their rural shows. They would have Beverly Hills, and then they had Green, and then they would Pincook Junction, So it was sort of like country one. And it was a lot of fun. What I remember from Green Acres is the song, the iconic theme song. You know that? Now I'm going to try to do this. I can easily play Green Acres theme song on the next signal. So, what do you want? So, I'm going to do this on me. And I have no notes in front of me. Watch my deal sticking into the lines. And I'm just going to do this by my mind. And so we're in trouble. So, Yeah, I can fit this shit, but I can't really have my breakfast this morning. Isn't that sad? All right, here we go. The greeting song. You ready for it? Green is stupid. The name is still black for me. And spread out and fall and wide. Keeping that just give me a countryside. And then Eva the board would say, no, New York is where that man stayed. I get a large experiment pain. I just adore pain, but you want to let me look at that. Kitty fit that and the chores, the storms, fresh air, it's quick. You are my one. Oh, fine, city night. Green Acres, we are here. Oh, I did it. Okay, well, how about that, huh? Huh? Yeah, yeah. I need a drink. But anyway, the iconic theme song, right? Wherever we'll be lodged in our mind. I'll be 98 years old in a nursing home somewhere, and I'll be like half out of it, and us dying words will be the stores, the stores. Anyway, okay. So Green Acres. Let's talk about Green Acres. First of all, you had Eddie Arnold playing Oliver. Here's the premise. You had this rich attorney. He was an attorney in Manhattan. Eddie Albert. Eddie Albert was a great actor too. Done any Green Acres. Do you remember the movie The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds? Not the crappy version with Adam Sidler, Sadler, said whatever. That's the crappy. Don't watch that one. The original Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds, and all these other football players. Eddie Albert, not Eddie Arnold. Eddie Arnold is a country music singer. Okay, this is Eddie Albert, right? Eddie Albert played the warden, the prison warden, that evil, contemptible prison warden. Prison where Burt Reynolds was kept and had the football team. So Eddie Albert played the former lawyer Topher. And Lisa, his wife, was played by Ava Gabor. Her sister, try saying that 6 times, sister. Her sister was Zsa Zsa Gabor. Now, if you don't know the Gabors, they were these rich ladies from Hungary. Came over, married like 8 times their husbands, got their wealth, and came over. They're sort of like the old days, like like the Kardashians. Now people watching the Kardashians these days, that's stupid TV. That was the Gabor sisters. Anyway, Ava Gabor played Lisa Douglas. They move out to the farm, and the premises, they're trying to get adopted to farming. They have no clue what they're doing there, but he just wants to get away from the city, wants some fresh air. He wants to live the country. She wants to stay back in the city, but he takes her with him. And her mother, whose name is Eunice, who we're going to talk about, she keeps saying all through the series, she's trying to get Lisa to go back to Manhattan. Lisa's a very loyal wife, and she stays with him. And that's the premise. And they meet all kinds of characters out there. In Hooterville. Hooterville was the name of the town where the farm is, Hooterville. So Green Acres ran from 65 to 71, and there was a total of 170 shows, a lot of episodes. The 100, I got to pass this over this because Jesus, I can't see anymore. The one episode of Green Acres was voted number 59 of the 100 greatest episodes in TV history. That was the episode called Arnold, a star named Arnold is born. Now, if you don't know who Arnold is, it's going to be worth your while to Google him. Arnold was a pig, and he was owned by Fred Ziffel and Doris Ziffel, the Ziffels, an elderly couple who lived next to Eddie Albert neighborhood. And Arnold was their pig. Now Arnold, they didn't even treat Arnold like a pig. He didn't live out the pigsty with the other pigs. He wasn't even treated like a dog. They considered Arnold their son. And what Arnold would do was he'd sit around on TV. His favorites were westerns. And occasionally he would walk over, he would vault through the door of the Douglases, no matter what they did, and scamper up, turn the TV on with his little mouth, and go and sit on their couch to watch TV. He just never did. Arnold also went to grade school at New York, and including there was an episode showing him carrying his little backpack with him in his bed with his schoolmates. And what Arnold would do, Arnold would talk. He wasn't a talking pig like you would have like nowadays, like words coming out of his mouth and someone else mouthing the words like Billy Crystal or something. No. Arnold would grunt, pig. And everybody in Hooterville, not only the Ziffels, everybody in Hooterville could understand Arnold, other than Eddie Albert. And that pissed Eddie Albert, his character. Why can't I understand Arnold and everybody else? Well, he's saying, Mr. Douglas, he wants some pork chops. Don't have pork chops today. Anyway, so Arnold was one of the stars of the show. That he was my favorite. I loved Arnold, and he was sort of a old classic figure. Actually, the original Arnold came from Union Star, Missouri. That's where they found the special pig. I guess the pig was trained. They said, get up on the couch, turn the TV on, open the door, right? And the Arnold did it. They said I had to have a special pig on. Some of the things that they here, Lisa Douglas, she had no, she was this high maintenance, hoity-toity lady from Manhattan. She had no concept of housewife, let alone farm work. So they showed her many times she'd be washing the dishes in the sink, and instead of drying them off or putting them in the dishwasher, she would toss them out the window. That was her thing. She was sort of like the Alvin Iverson of the 60s. Iverson, they said, used to buy like a new suit every week. He would wear it once and throw it away. So that's something that Lisa would do. And then you would get all these crazy characters, like Mr. Haney. Mr. Haney was the salesperson in Louisville. He would come by every episode and try to sell the Douglases something, even if they don't need it. And he was played by Pat Buttram, the old country western actor. And he had a squeaky voice like that. Is Mr. Douglas, could you use a new toilet seat? Anyway, so that's Mr. Haney. And then, we already talked about Arnold, the pig. There were two people, they were named Alf and Ralph. Alf and Ralph, they were brothers. They were carpenters. Only Ralph was a girl. The reason they told everybody they were brothers was because they didn't think they would be able to get any work being carpenters if one of the workers was a female. So, whatever. So they made that, and they had these guys in painter hats and overalls, and you could tell that it was a woman because she bundled her hair up underneath the hat, but it was. And so Alf and Ralph, they were carpenters, and what they would do is they would either start a project. Let's say the Douglases wanted their kitchen refurbished. They would start the project and never finish it. Or they might finish it and it would be really crappy. Like the shelves would fall off the walls, the stove wouldn't work, the water would come spouting out of the dishwasher, that kind of stuff. There was a guy named Sam Drucker, and he was sort of your jack of all trades in Hooverville. He was the mayor, he was the post office guy, he was the clerk at the general store, he ran the general store. He was the justice of the peace, so if you wanted to get married, you go to Sam. He was everything in Hooverville. And then you had Hank Kimball, who was sort of the shady politician too. Did you ever hear of a shady politician? I know it's very rare. You really have to look for a shady politician. But Hank Kimball was Hooverville's shady politician. He would come around and he would be a double talker. He would tell you how beautiful you are. I want you to vote. Boy, do you look nice. And then there was the mother-in-law, Eddie Albert's mother-in-law, who was a real pain in the butt. And she tried to get Lisa and Patty Manhattan all the time. And she would always put down pretty long. She didn't get along, so to speak, which is a stretch too. What guy doesn't get along with his mother? Okay? Beats me. Anyway, this was a classic series. They tried to bring it back. They did a reunion of most of the original cast back in 1990. 19 years after Green Acres was canceled. And most of the cast were still living. They did the reunion. The only one who wasn't taking part was the mother, Eunice, because she had retired for long. So, and then the producer, the guy who produced Green Acres, tried to revive back in 2012. Now, not with the original people, but he tried to revive it as both, number one, movie, the Green Acres movie, and then all the way up to 2015, right before he died, he tried to get a Green Acres musical on Broadway. You do that? Would you go see that? Green Acres, we are here. I could see like Barbara Streisand or somebody on Broadway singing Green Acres, we are here. Anyway, so that's Green Acres. Still one of the funniest shows on TV. And I bet you, if they ever tried to remake Green Acres now in 2024, it would be a hit. And I bet you they would have difficulty casting Arnold. I'm just saying, there's millions of pigs in the United States, unless they had to ship over a trade pig from Europe. I don't know. I'm sure there are pigs out there right now frolicking around in the barnyard who are able to turn the TV on, sit on the couch and eat popcorn. I'm just saying. All right, well, we talked enough crap today, didn't we? Listen, give somebody a compliment to them, okay? It's National Compliment Day. You may hate to do it, but kindness matters. And today's the day. One day out of the year, it's not going to break your that break your back. It's not going to kill you. To give your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever a compliment. Just compliment the dog. God sakes. Just say to the dog, I'd say to the bud a lot, you know, boy, do you look good. That's what you gotta do. Right? Don't expect any gratitude or pay that. Just compliment somebody. Speaking of which, I said, poor Katie went to the doctor yesterday. She wasn't feeling well. She went to the vet. They've got her pretty much here okay. Little stomach issue, yeah, like I had. And but she's doing it. She's doing it. She's back home again. And she's resting and she's on meds, as we all are. And she's doing it. So thank God. Katie girl is on the road to me. So compliment somebody today and have some peanut butter to eat. And God bless Rhys Hoskins out there. Good luck, Rhys. I hope you have a great year. He's sticking up to Phillies. No, out. All right, everybody, have a great hump day. And I'll see you again tomorrow on Unbreakable, the podcast. Hey, don't forget, I'm starting to get a good handle on these playoff games coming up this weekend. A really good one. And so I might have some good things to follow like and after that. So stick with me and we'll talk about football this week and who's going to win these playoff games. Okay? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.